The Zephyrian High Command had made a grave miscalculation. Admiral Kexithol stared at the tactical display with 4 of his eyes, while the other 2 monitored the communication feeds. The humans had been quiet for too long. "Sir." "Communications," Officer Veltar chirped nervously. "We're receiving a transmission from the human vessel." "Put it through," Kexithol rumbled, his chitinous armor clicking as he shifted. The view screen flickered to life, revealing 2 humans standing side by side on what appeared to be the bridge of their ship. The female, Anna, wore the standard olive-green uniform that had become synonymous with human regular forces across the galaxy. Her dark hair was pulled back in a regulation bun, and her brown eyes held the cold calculation that had made human soldiers legendary among the star systems. Beside her stood Verk, a tall man with weathered features and scars that spoke of countless battles. His uniform bore no insignia that Kexithol recognized. "Admiral Kexithol," Anna said, her voice carrying the authority of someone accustomed to command. "I am Captain Ana Rodriguez of the Terran Defense Force, 47th Infantry Regiment." Kexithol's mandibles clicked in what might have been amusement. "Captain Rodriguez, your reputation precedes you. The Battle of Kepler Station, the Siege of New Mumbai, You're well informed," Anna interrupted. "But you're not well informed enough." The Admiral's compound eyes narrowed. "Explain." Verk stepped forward, and something in his movement made every Zephyrian on the bridge instinctively reach for their weapons. There was a predatory grace to the human, a controlled lethality that seemed to radiate from him like heat from a star. "Admiral," Verk said, his voice quiet but carrying perfectly across the communication link. "My name is Major Verk Singh. I represent a different branch of human military." "Different how?" Kexithol demanded, though his voice betrayed the first hint of uncertainty. Anna's expression remained neutral, but there was something almost pitying in her eyes. "Admiral, your forces have encountered our regular military. Infantry, Marines, naval personnel, standard human soldiers." She paused, letting the weight of her words settle. "You've never faced our special forces." The bridge fell silent. Across the galaxy, stories were told in hushed whispers about human regular forces, how they fought with a ferocity that bordered on insanity, how they refused to surrender even when facing impossible odds, how they turned every defeat into a Pyrrhic victory that left their enemies questioning whether winning was worth the cost. The siege of Proxima had lasted 3 months. 50,000 human regulars had held off 2 million Zephyrian troops, inflicting casualties at a ratio that defied military logic. When the humans finally fell, they had taken 400,000 Zephyrians with them. The Battle of the Asteroid Belt had seen a single human cruiser destroy an entire Zephyrian fleet through a combination of tactical brilliance and sheer bloody-minded determination. The survivors still woke up screaming about the human captain, who had rammed his burning ship into their flagship while laughing over the comm channels. If these were the regular forces, what exactly were the special forces? "You're bluffing," Kexithol said, but his voice lacked conviction. Verk smiled, and it was perhaps the most terrifying expression the Admiral had ever seen. 3 hours. Hago, your forward scout reported losing contact with the garrison on asteroid mining station Theta 7. Population, 50,000 Zephyrians. Defenses, planetary shield generators, automated defense turrets, a full regiment of your finest soldiers. Kexithol's primary eyes widened. "That's impossible. That station is impregnable." "Was," Anna corrected gently. "Past tense." "You're lying," the Admiral snarled, but he was already signaling for his communications officer to contact the station. Verk reached into his pocket and withdrew a small device. When he activated it, a holographic display showed the mining station's command center. Zephyrian bodies lay scattered across the floor, and human soldiers in black combat gear moved efficiently through the facility, placing charges on critical systems. 12 soldiers, Verk said conversationally. "Insertion time, 47 minutes. Total casualties on our side, 0. We were very careful to avoid damaging the mining equipment. Earth has need of those rare minerals." The Admiral's mandibles clicked rapidly, a sign of extreme agitation among his species. 12 soldiers took a station defended by 50,000? Oh no, Anna said, shaking her head. 12 soldiers took the station, but they had support. On cue, the holographic display shifted to show the exterior of the mining station. A single human figure in black armor stood on the outer hull, apparently immune to the vacuum of space. As they watched, the figure raised what appeared to be a standard rifle and fired a single shot. The bolt of energy traveled across the void and struck a Zephyrian patrol ship, causing it to explode in a brilliant flash. Impossible, Kexthel breathed. The range, the precision. Staff Sergeant Martinez is one of our best marksmen, Verk said with obvious pride. Though I should mention he's technically classified as a support sniper, not frontline assault. The communication channel crackled with incoming transmissions from across the Zephyrian fleet. Reports of systems failing, officers disappearing, strange humans appearing in supposedly secure areas. The reports painted a picture of chaos that made the Admiral's exoskeleton crawl. How? He whispered. Anna's expression softened slightly. Admiral, your species evolved on a world with low gravity and abundant resources. You developed technology to overcome challenges. Humans evolved on a death world where everything was trying to kill us. We developed differently. Verk nodded. Our regular forces are what happens when you give weapons and training to humans who survived growing up on Earth. They're tough, determined, and clever. His smile returned, colder than interstellar space. Our special forces are what happens when you take the toughest, most determined, and cleverest of those humans and then put them through training that would break most other species. The tactical display began showing new contacts. Human ships, smaller than the Zephyrian vessels but moving with a precision and coordination that spoke of countless hours of drilling. They didn't approach in standard formation patterns that could be predicted and countered. Instead, they moved like a pack of predators, each ship covering the others while maintaining optimal firing positions. You wanted to test human resolve, Anna said. You've been fighting our regulars for 2 years. What you've learned is that we don't give up, we don't surrender, and we turn every battle into a lesson about why you shouldn't have started a war with Earth. Now, Verk continued, you get to learn what our elite forces can do. Admiral Kexthel looked at his tactical display one more time. The human ships were positioning themselves with mechanical precision, cutting off every escape route while maintaining firing solutions on every Zephyrian vessel. It was a masterpiece of military positioning, executed by crews that moved as if they shared a collective mind. What do you want? He asked, his voice barely a whisper. Anna and Verk exchanged a look. When Anna spoke again, her voice carried the weight of absolute certainty. Unconditional surrender, full withdrawal from all human colonies. Reparations for damages caused during this conflict. She paused, her brown eyes meeting his compound ones across the void. And Admiral? This is the only time we're going to ask nicely. The transmission ended, leaving the Zephyrian bridge in stunned silence. Admiral Kexthel stared at the blank view screen for a long moment before turning to his communications officer. Open a channel to Zephyrian High Command, he said quietly. Tell them we need to discuss terms. As the message was transmitted, he couldn't help but think about the stories that would be told about this day. Stories about the humans who called their most terrifying soldiers regulars and kept something even worse in reserve. In the depths of space, the human ships waited with the patience of apex predators, and Admiral Kexthel finally understood why the galaxy had been right to fear them.